Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What we do here is go back.
everybody, welcome to another live chat with myself and Jessi Davin. This is Steven. Jessi is in audio form down below. And
Can me, everybody.
yeah, can you, as long as you can hear Jessi, can you hear Jessi? Let's confirm that in the chat. And
I'm here.
yeah, but I hope everyone's doing good today. See Throwback in the chat, see Ben in the chat, see Jordan in the chat. Anyone else? Let us know. Let us know that you're here. Let us know your thoughts and your predictions for Backlash, because I'm going to say it right off the top. I have not been watching WWE since WrestleMania. I watched the Raw after WrestleMania. It was really, really bad. So I'm going to be going based on the people I like and who I want to see win matches and stuff like that. But like, I've heard the build for the show has been really, really bad for the most part. So, I want to know y'all's thoughts. If y'all have super chats, send them our way. If you have donations, we'll make sure to read out your predictions. We'll make sure to answer your questions, all that good stuff. Doesn't even have to be WWE related. If you want to talk blood and guts, if you want to talk anything else, feel free. But yeah, Jessi, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there, just hanging in there. I've been watching WWE, but it's kind of in the background. Like I was telling you on Monday, I was watching Raw, but long story short, I created our neighborhood Facebook group, so I'm like the admin, and there was some drama in the neighborhood, nothing serious, like nothing of actual problems, but people made it a big deal. So I was dealing with that on Monday, sadly. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of watching. I've been kind of watching in the background. Thankfully, with WWE shows, the build seems to always be terrible, but the actual pay-per-view itself always kicks butt. So I'm really hoping that happens this time too. So we will see.
Yeah, and John Rubino in the chat asks, how do you not watch since WrestleMania? It's an easy answer, because on the pay-per-view, they will have video packages that will tell me exactly what the build was for everything. So, like, if I turn on WrestleMania Backlash, even though I haven't watched it in a month, like, they're going to tell me all the stories in a very well... I mean, their production is second to none. Like, I'll never knock the WWE's production.
Oh, God, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, like, they'll have these great video packages put together to explain what the matches are, who's supposed to be the heel, who's supposed to be the babyface, and all that stuff. So I'll be in the loop on everything come Sunday during the show. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there for 3 hours a week and watch a show that I don't like on Mondays. But for 3 hours, and the funny thing is too, it's like, and you can also ask, like, how do I not deal if I'm such a big wrestling fan? Like, I watch AEW every week, I watch MLW every week, I watch Ring of Honor every week, I watch 205 Live every week, I watch NXT UK every week. I watch a ton of stuff on independent wrestling TV every week. So I watch a ton of pro wrestling. I just haven't been watching the WWE because I think they're the worst of all the shows as far as, like, actual entertainment value right now. So that's how I see it.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty poopy. Oh my God, Throwback with a super chat. Thank you, Throwback. It says, just saying again, Steven being in last night. Jessi, keep killing it. Can't wait for pay-per-view to see the train wreck that is WWE. Hoping I'm not correct. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, Throwback. That we really appreciate it. Seriously, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm hoping it's not a train wreck. Hoping the choo-choo train Braun Strowman isn't a train wreck either. But we got to have the faith, Throwback, right?
Yeah, for real. And Throwback, yeah, no problem, dude. I went on his show last night with like Ray Callahan and Wrestling Plug and Aaron J. I know I'm missing people. Anakin was there. There was like 7 of us there. It was a good time. Thank you, Throwback, for inviting me on, and thank you very much for the super chat. I'm hoping that. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I want the WWE to succeed. Like, I just don't want to. I don't want to keep putting myself through watching a show that isn't good over and over. Like, if they had the roster on SmackDown, and the only reason I don't watch SmackDown is because I have other stuff to do on Friday nights. But if the roster for SmackDown was on Raw, like if it was Roman Reigns and Cesaro and all that stuff going on Raw, I would watch Raw. I'm just not interested in, like, the stories that they have, and I think that they've done a really, really bad job of, like, really, they tried to build McIntyre all last year, and, like, we still don't know to this day if that really worked or not. We don't know. Like, we still don't know because yeah, I mean, the terrible timing for him with the pandemic and all, but, like, you know, I like Lashley as champion, but, like, I don't like him enough to watch a 3-hour show just to watch him. Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. For me, it's just because there's nothing on Monday nights really for me because football hasn't started
Yeah.
yet, and I have the TV on anyway.
Yeah.
So
See, the sad thing is, like, I've been watching the show since it started in, like, 95 or whatever, and or pretty much, I was a WCW fan, but, like, I started watching Raw, like, regular, probably, like, in 96 or 97, but, like, so regardless, a long time, and I know that Raw's on. I'm just like consciously choosing not to turn it on at this point. Like I'm watching reruns of like Degrassi: The Next Generation on Pluto TV instead of Raw at this
right,
point. You know what I mean? Like I just don't care. I watch AEW Dark too every now and then too. Like I'll watch that instead. Like
that's elevation show.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it's also a good time like if I need to catch up on because like I love those like WWE A&E shows and Dark Side of the Ring and all that. So I kind of have that 3 hour block on Mondays now to catch up on that stuff too. So if they change the writing on Raw and they move some of the wrestlers that I really like onto Raw, I'll start watching it again. But based on what I've been seeing, it just hasn't been good. I think most people kind of agree with that. But yeah, I mean, so as far as like the build to this show, I couldn't say. It's one of those things where like I mean I know it's called WrestleMania Backlash, but when you look at the card it's like basically everyone you saw on WrestleMania, so that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Charlotte. Yeah.
And then but it's like they've made some of these matches worse, I think. Like I think Lashley versus McIntyre is probably just better one-on-one than even having Strowman there, but
I know.
yeah, I don't know. Another throwback super chat.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
throwback. Oh, that's so nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and read that out, Jesse. Let's see what we got here.
Sure. It says, "Doesn't this pay-per-view feel like a a brand split pay-per-view? The days when Raw had their own and SmackDown had their own. That is the vibe this pay-per-view has been giving. It does kind of feel like that. You know why? It's because I think with WrestleMania, you had people like crossing over and stuff like that. Like the build to WrestleMania, for some reason, had people like coming onto Raw and coming onto SmackDown. But this one, it feels like a lot more divided, definitely. And I think it's also because Raw is such a poopier show than SmackDown. They feel like completely different brands. They don't even feel like the same company at this point.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like based on what I've seen people say about SmackDown, and based on what I've seen from SmackDown on the pay-per-views I've been watching, like SmackDown seems like a pretty darn good show. So that's really that's really frustrating that like Raw's your flagship show. You've had that show for like 25 years, and your Friday show is like way better, but it's all the same company. Like I don't get how one could be so much better than the other. John Rubio asked, he said, WCW fan first. That's interesting. Are you from the South? That's exactly it. I had the WWF available to me, but I live there now as well. But when I was younger, I grew up in Marietta, Georgia, which is basically the heart of WCW country. So that's why I was not why I was more of a WCW fan, but like when I started watching wrestling at a young age, and then also realized like Sting and Luger and Dusty Rhodes and all those guys like lived near me and stuff like that, like it made me even more of a WCW fan. Goldberg being like from Georgia and like like that, like it just, yeah, that was definitely a part of it for me. And
Yeah.
throwback with your super chat, man. I mean I hate the brand split at all, like, and that's a whole other conversation. But like I feel like Roman Reigns should be on both shows. Like I feel like their big stars should be on both shows. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Let's see. Is there anything else to get caught up on before we actually, really quickly before we talk about this? What did you think about the Blood and Guts, like the actual Blood and Guts match and the finish and all that?
I really enjoyed the match. I understand people's criticism about it, how the finish should have happened in the ring, and how Jericho's landing was
Yeah.
a little unfortunate. But honestly, to me, I don't think the finish or the Jericho debacle really took away any joy that I felt during it because it was amazing. I thought it was awesome. Number one on cable. It just really sucks as an AEW fan for them to keep giving like the quote unquote haters, I guess is like the only word I can think of, like more fuel to the fire. But I mean, it's a new company. I mean, if it was WWE doing it, there's a difference. WWE's been running since before I was born, you know. AEW just started, and I mean, you gotta. I mean, if they keep doing it, and like we see another Jericho spill, like then I'll start getting worried and mad. But it's like they gotta like learn. So I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I think. I mean, yeah, I would have liked to see like an actual like surrender finish, but I felt like it was actually a perfect finish, and like the whole thank you thing by MJF was really awesome. Um, the entire match was badass. I really liked it. So I thought Blood and Guts was amazing.
Yeah, I really liked it too. And I mean, they just overthought the ending at the end of the day. That's all it is. It's the same thing that I mean, it wasn't as bad as the botched explosion from the pay-per-view, but it was it was along the same lines. Like it was one of those things where if they would have just I get it because with MJF pushing off Jericho anyways, like that all makes sense. It's just the really bad camera angle that showed that he was landing on like cardboard and not an actual ring, like or an actual entrance ramp and stuff. Like if they wouldn't have shown the way he landed and they wouldn't have shown him like winking and laughing afterwards, you know, this all would have went so much better, I think. But I it's like had they if they just had like a definitive winner, even if it was like a surrender, similar to what we saw, and they just ended it there, it's like the same thing with the exploding death match. It's like you had it, like you knocked it out of the park. Like it was like the 10 out of 10. Like everyone was totally cool with exactly what happened and how it ended and who won and the whole deal. And then you just had to do that one extra thing that like you didn't have to do at all. And then it made people like go backwards on how they feel about the show. And that's the only thing I worry about is like they just need to stop doing that kind of stuff, which I think that they will. But like I applaud them for going for it, like they're trying. But it's like they're just overthinking it. Like cuz what's confusing about that too is AEW is so good about just doing what makes sense. Like most of their matches don't have a screwy finish. It's usually a clear winner and a clear loser. The stories are long term and they play out over time and they make sense.
And they pay off.
And they pay off, exactly. So it's like, it's just confusing because it's like the same people that are like doing everything else right are also doing these little extra things at the end of these shows that just like they push it backwards, which I don't like that they're doing that. But it also isn't bad enough that like, that's still overall to me that's still like a 7.5 or 8 out of 10 show, which is like really really damn good for free TV as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, oh, throwback with another super chat. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Throwback says it's cool to support the show. Watch on a 65-inch TV. Well, I hope we're looking good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you. Can you say thank you? Can you say thank you? No. There.
She almost said no back to you. Thank you, Throwback. Very much appreciated. So yeah, we're about 25 minutes into our little podcast here. We got about an hour today, so let's just jump into some of these predictions. And once again, y'all, if you're like Throwback and you got super chats, you have donations. The donation link is in the description. Either way, you will get your question answered, your statement read, your prediction read out for this show. And it'll also go on my audio podcast feed, the Fight Talk podcast. I'll put that up tomorrow, audio, so people will still hear your questions and we still give you your shout outs and all that stuff in audio form for all those listeners. And also, real quickly, just want to plug that episode 300 of the Fight Talk podcast was yesterday. And I had Cabana Man Dan, who's one of my favorite indie wrestlers on the show. He's the New South champion. So if y'all want to listen to that interview later today, you know, after you listen to me and Jessi here, that would be really appreciated. And subscriptions and follows and stuff on that podcast feed help all of us out because it also drives more people to this show here with me and Jessi, the show I do with Doug, and all that good stuff. So very much appreciate that. All right, so as far as this show, I guess we should start with Damian Priest and The Miz. Lumberjack match, it looks like. I mean, I guess we'll switch off on these. I'll go first on this so that you can. We're gonna wait. Actually, Roman Reigns Cesaro we're gonna do at the end because that's the match I'm looking forward to the most. But I'll start with this one. I think Damian Priest and The Miz. I mean, didn't they like at WrestleMania? Was that not enough? Like, was that, you know?
It's Bad Bunny though.
No, I know, but wasn't like that the whole feud was like them and Bad Bunny, and now I mean, here's the thing. Once again, I haven't been watching, so that's why I'm gonna need y'all's help in the chat because I don't know why they're still fighting. I'm assuming it's still based off of that. But I mean, I got Damian Priest has got to win, right?
Yeah, I think Damian Priest absolutely has to win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a particularly great match either. Like, I think Damian Priest is really good, and he's very versatile, and The Miz is very good for like what he is and what he does.
It makes people look good.
True, and it's a lumberjack match. They're gonna have some
That'd be
shortcuts.
fun.
Yeah, they'll have people around the ring throwing them. They'll probably be throwing The Miz back into the ring over and over and stuff.
Which will be very funny.
Yeah, maybe it'll wind up being all right. I just feel like it's going to be kind of like a what you normally see on Raw type thing, but maybe I'll be wrong. But I'm going to take Damian Priest.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Damian Priest as well. Like I said, I think I like lumberjack matches. I think The Miz is great. Damian Priest obviously is fantastic, incredibly talented, and I think The Miz will fall. And I don't know. Hopefully, one of the lumberjacks starts the next feud with Damian Priest or something. I don't know. Like that would be kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Kind of have a little disrespect going on in a lumberjack match, and then start another feud after he just crushes Miz. So
That's a good idea.
hopefully this will be the end of it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's pretty clear they want to make Damian Priest a big star based on like the Bad Bunny stuff, and I mean the way that he looks, the way that he wrestles. I think he's a good choice to get a push. So we'll see what they wind up, ultimately doing with that. But yeah, we both got Damian Priest. Next one, we're gonna circle back to Reigns and Cesaro. The next one we have. See, this is how out of the loop I am. I didn't even know until the time of this recording when me and Jessi were getting ready to go live. I literally said, "Hey, Ziggler and Root are called the Dirty Dogs." I didn't know that. So,
I didn't either.
and they're spelling it DAWG like the Georgia Bulldogs do. So
Yeah.
that's kind of strange. And then they're wrestling Rey Mysterio and Dominic for the tag team titles. So,
Oh, that was Humberto. Was it Dominic that got hurt last night, or on Monday, or was it Humberto?
Humberto, I think, is what I was hearing.
Oh, okay. So, I know. You don't like this match either. I know. I know. I don't know. I don't know who to pick. I'm gonna say, jeez, I don't even know. I'm gonna say Dirty Dogs, just because Rey Mysterio is older.
Yeah, once again, I don't have anything to really base this on but like, maybe they're gonna do something with Rey and Dominic. I don't know how. Let me know in the chat, how has Dominic's progression been? Because he looked pretty green the last few times I saw him, but like he wasn't bad. You just could tell he was new to it.
Yeah.
Maybe they do a big push for Rey and Dom, because I honestly not that long ago, Rey was gonna be a free agent, and AEW was heavily interested, and then he wound up re-signing with WWE or extending with WWE, whatever the technical term was, and I think the big reason was because Dominic is there. So maybe this is like a thank you to Rey and something for Dominic to do and like learn from Rey. So I'm gonna say Rey and Dominic. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean Ziggler and Root, I like both of them individually. I just haven't had a chance to see a lot of them as a tag team because I just so rarely watch SmackDown. But this will probably be a pretty good match, though. It'll probably wind up being better than what I'm expecting. And also, I totally forgot to mention WrestleRumble.com, y'all. That is the place to be for like the fantasy pick'em contests. If you want to make money actually doing these contests, let me pull it up real quick so y'all can see. I'm going to give away a free entry today during this show, actually. I'll do it to somebody who comments in the thing. If you have Twitter and you're commenting, as long as you're following me and Jessi on Twitter and you're in our chat right now, just if I see your name, or if you want to like put your Twitter handle in the chat comments, I'll just randomly pick somebody at the end of the show today, and you'll get a free entry for this. And basically what it is, it's first place $1,000, second and third $100 each. So I'll give somebody in here today a free entry, and you can try your luck at winning $1,000 this weekend just from watching Backlash. So good luck to anybody who wins that. I'll be playing, Jessi will be playing, and you probably don't want to take our picks because we have been watching the show, so we're just giving you our
I
thoughts.
finally figured out what I was doing wrong and why I was doing so bad also.
On what, Wrestle Rumble?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
On my times, I was doing way too long at
Uh,
times. Because sometimes his matches feel like they last forever.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how they have it down to like a science too, because
Yeah.
some of the answers will be like so specific. It'll be like 16 to 17 minutes, but the others will be like 5-10 minutes apart and stuff. And then, like on a lot of the time it'll like land in those. Like it's pretty wild, like the algorithm they've got together. But yeah, Wrestle Rumble, that's the place to be. I mean, they're awesome, and to win $1,000 for just picking these is amazing. After that, we got Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair, triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. I know Rhea just won the title at WrestleMania. You can never count Charlotte out. I don't see them going back to Asuka right now. The only thing I saw about Raw this week, because it was unavoidable, I saw it on my Twitter timeline, was apparently Alexa Bliss made Shayna Baszler's legs stop working during the match. Yeah, right, Savannah? I know. It's hilarious. And, I mean, like, I just got reminded of that because that was on Raw, and this is, like, the Women's Championship match for Raw, but that's just... I don't even know what to say about that. I saw people that were like, yeah, what I mean, like, Papa Shango 30 years ago. It's like, yeah, but y'all realize that didn't work then either, right? And that was 30 years ago. Like people, that wasn't, like, some, like, critically acclaimed storyline that, like... It's very similar to what I've been saying before, right? And this isn't making fun of anybody who really loves the WWE product at the moment. Like, you can like whatever you like. It's fine. But they are writing to children. Like, this is like Papa Shango, when they were doing this same kind of stuff, it was like there weren't adults sitting there, like, getting scared. It was like maybe some kids were. And, like, nobody's gonna... Like, when I see the Alexa Bliss stuff, like, whenever I see, like, this Lily thing pop up, like, it's not even, I don't even laugh. It's, like, it's so bad that I don't even have, like, a response. It's just like, oh, God. Like, this is how bad it's gotten. But, like, a little kid might see that and be scared. So, like, that's what they're writing towards. So it's, like, none of this is surprising. It's just, I see these things happen, and I'm like, this is absolutely 100% a kid show. So, like,
lazy booking too, kind of.
What's that?
For now, it's like lazy booking too.
Yeah. And they probably have no idea what to do with Bray Wyatt. Like, they're, like, trying to figure out, like, a new character probably right now for him because, like, Alexa basically jacked his whole gimmick. So.
Yeah, that's so dirty. Like, not by her, obviously. It's the writing team, and she's just doing a job. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, for now, it's lazy booking to me. 'Cause it's like, oh, how do we get, Shayna to, like, be protected kind of and still lose? Oh, we'll just give her spaghetti legs. Like, and, and Alexa Bliss and her little thing will just, like, laugh and laugh and laugh. And I don't know.
Yeah. And also, just for the record, like, I just want to throw this out there. Just because it's clearly a children's show, that doesn't necessarily mean... like, that you shouldn't like it or watch it. Like, I watch Mighty Ducks Game Changers every week. Like, I love that show. That's definitely a kid show. Like, there are kid shows that I like. It's just this kid show is so badly written and the acting is so bad. And there's such little actual wrestling on a show that used to be about wrestling that, like, that's where I'm at with it. And it's funny, John Rubio says, but we enjoyed Papa Shango. But I gotta ask you, how old were you when you enjoyed Papa Shango? Because that's the real key to the question there. If you were like 30 and you enjoyed Papa Shango, then you just love what the WWE does. I mean, then that's fine. But like if you were a little kid, like that totally makes sense. I was a little kid when that was happening, But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, the triple threat match is I mean, I gotta go Rhea Ripley, but like I mean, Charlotte's my girl. Like that's when it comes to WWE, Charlotte I think is the best female wrestler that the WWE has, like all around. And I'm always fine with her being the champion, so I wouldn't mind. I know a lot of people wouldn't want to see it because a lot of people think she's like shoved down their throats and there's too much of her, but I think it's totally warranted because I think she's like an actual superstar that they have, and she's very good in the ring, and her character's great, and her mic work. That is something that I saw recently. She cut a really, really good promo a couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
so like personally, I like to see Charlotte win, but I'm gonna take Rhea as my prediction. What about you?
I'm gonna take Rhea as well, just because she's new to Raw. She's not new to WWE, obviously, because she was in NXT, but she is a new champion, and I feel like it just would not. It would be a really bad idea. As much as I completely agree with you about Charlotte. Like, I really enjoy her. I think she's doing great heel work. People like just hate her because she just kind of walks her way
Yeah,
in,
exactly.
and that's great to hate like that. But to me, it just would do Rhea Ripley no benefit to have her lose the title like that. I mean, and maybe it could prolong a feud between her and Charlotte, but you could prolong a feud with her and Charlotte anyway with her winning. Just have Asuka, eat the pin and have something happen, and that's why it's a triple threat. It's you could protect two people and continue a feud. You don't have to have one. You don't have to weaken the title to have that happen. So I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley. Obviously, I would hope Rhea Ripley just for the integrity of the title, which is kind of a joke at this point anyway. But I feel like the women's titles they've held up. People have held on to them for quite a long time.
The the tag titles or both, like the
No, not the tag titles. I could care less about the tag titles. Just the champion, the individual
right.
championships.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because they've had
Yeah,
long term
I
tag
don't even
title
count
champions too,
legitimate.
but like those no one like nobody cares because that's Nia and Shayna still, isn't it? Not even sure.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Um, but yeah, I'll take Rhea Ripley as well. Uh, on Wrestle Rumble, there's a chance I might go Charlotte just because I think so many people are gonna go Rhea that like maybe that's an opportunity there to like because I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are gonna have a lot of the same predictions for this show. So maybe that's one where I'll throw Charlotte in there as like if she
Mm.
wins, then like maybe a lot of people won't have that and it'll help me out kind of thing. But I really don't think Asuka's gonna win. So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm
Mhm.
gonna go. I'm gonna go Rhea. For the same reasons you are. I just think it makes more sense to keep the belt on her. But you can never count Charlotte out. And I do like that that's her character. That like she's the queen. Like it doesn't matter what if she's on the show or not. It doesn't matter if she's winning or losing. At any moment, she can just be like, all right, I'm getting a title shot because I'm the biggest star here and everybody knows it. It's undeniable. So like I get a title shot. It's like, okay, what are you
Yeah.
gonna say back to that? Um,
Uh,
so and then moving on, another women's match for the SmackDown Championship, we have Bianca Belair who won the title at WrestleMania as well against Bayley. And it's on me for the prediction, I think, right?
I don't
It
know.
was me for Miz, or sorry for Damien, and then you for the tag team. Then sorry, me for Rhea. It's on you actually. Who do you have between Bianca and Bayley?
I need Bianca Belair to retain. I love what Bailey's doing. I think the ding dong thingy is funny, but she hasn't really been like wrestling. I don't know. I just don't. She's been kind of there. I don't know if maybe where's Sasha Banks in all of this? Like, I don't know if they restart that. I love Bailey. I love what she's doing. I love her new gimmick. I think it's hilarious. It's not really a wrestling gimmick though, um, which sucks. But maybe I just feel like right now she's kind of comedic relief a little bit. Um, I don't know, but I'm gonna take Bianca Belair because they established her as a badass. She was in the main event of WrestleMania with Sasha Banks. Like it was a big deal match, and she's a big deal champion, and she needs to have big deal title defenses. So I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair.
Yeah, well said. I'm with you on that. I mean, they have a chance there for Bianca and for Rhea. Like they really could be big long term stars for them because they're both young and they're both very different in what they do, which is a good thing. Like it's good to have like a bunch of diversity, not just like racially, but like just like people of different sizes, people who have different types of moves, people
Yeah.
who are faster, people who are slower, people who are stronger. It's like so it's good to see where Belair's at, and I thought her match with Sasha at WrestleMania was really really good.
Oh
So
God, it was good. I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Same. So, so I got to go with Belair as well, and I haven't seen too much of the Bailey. What is she? Ding Dong.
Ding Dong Hello or whatever. It's like a talk show. She's like Ricky Lake or
Oh,
something.
okay. Gosh, Ricky Lake. Man, that was when's the last?
Yeah, or the other lady. Who is the other lady?
Rosie O'Donnell.
No, not Rosie O'Donnell.
Ellen
There's
DeGeneres.
another.
Like from like
No.
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the
Oh,
day.
what was the other ones? Queen Latifah
Ja-
had one.
Jane something.
I can't remember. But yeah, I mean I remember those talk show days for sure.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer. But but yeah, we're both going Bianca Belair. All right. Let's move to this, then we'll go to the championship match to close it out for the WWE title. So this one, I think so we got Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Cesaro. I think it's a pretty foregone conclusion. Nobody thinks Cesaro is going to win this match, but I am really, really happy we're getting it because
Yeah.
Cesaro 100% deserves the opportunity. The guy's been killing it for years and years and years. Like Sally, Jessi, Raphael,
Yes.
John Rubio
Yes,
got
that's
it.
it.
Yeah, good call. That's definitely it. But my thing is this: as long as it's competitive, and Roman still wins, because I don't want to see Roman lose that title. I mean, I've been saying even like next year if he wrestles The Rock at WrestleMania, like he needs to beat The Rock. Like he needs to protect Roman Reigns. Like he shouldn't be losing for years. And I know that sounds kind of crazy to say out loud, but like that's how I feel about Roman right now. He's the best thing they have going in the company by far, and he's finally hitting a level where like they've been trying to get him to for all these years. So keep doing what they're doing with Roman. I think Cesaro is going to give him a really, really, really entertaining match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. He's going to be doing some really cool moves. And it's going to make... I think we're going to get to a couple points where it looks like Cesaro is actually going to win. But Roman will walk away with the title. And I'm hoping that what they'll do... I talked about this on the show with Throwback yesterday too. But like if they can just use Roman to continue to... Even if Roman keeps winning, which he should... As long as it's also elevating other guys, even when they're losing, to where, like, if Cesaro has a really good match with Roman at the pay-per-view, and then they wind up doing, like a shake-up or a new draft or something, and Cesaro moves to a brand that Roman isn't on, or preferably Roman would get moved to Raw, and Cesaro would stay on SmackDown, you would have, like... Then Cesaro, like, because if it's like one of those things, if you make it to where Roman is way better than everybody else, like way better than including Bobby Lashley and McIntyre and Strowman and that whole group, like Roman's up here, like those other guys are here, everyone else is kind of here, and Cesaro's kind of in that same kind of group in the middle or whatever. If you can just get Cesaro to be up here in this group. Like, he still loses to Roman, but now he's kind of in that group with McIntyre and Lashley and stuff. Then I could see Cesaro beating Lashley for the title or beating McIntyre for the title. He's not going to beat Reigns, but, like, he could be the other champion, which is still a really, really good spot to be in, I think. So, that's what I'm hoping to get out of this match. I'm hoping it elevates Cesaro, but I don't think he's going to win. But I do think this will be the best match of the whole night. What do you think?
Oh, I completely agree with it being the best match. And, Eric Clark in the chat says, what about Jimmy getting involved in the title match? That could be how Cesaro loses. Like you said, it could seem perfectly clear that Cesaro is going to win. They're going to make it look like Cesaro is going to win. And he may be the better competitor at the end of the day in that match. But maybe Jimmy Uso comes out and costs Cesaro the match. I don't know. We'll see. It's so funny with WWE. Every once in a while, they did it with Daniel Bryan, they did it with Kofi. They'll see people really gravitating and respecting, like, someone who would usually be seen as a mid-carder, and they'll just, like, shoot them to the moon for no reason. And, everyone's super happy about it. And I have to commend WWE for this, because we've been wanting Cesaro in the main title picture for quite a long time, or in some title picture, for God's sake. And we're finally getting it. And I'm really, really happy with that. I think that's one of the main reasons SmackDown is the better show, because it's something different. And I really appreciate that. And I have to give WWE credit for that, for taking the chance with Cesaro and going there and giving him this match with Roman Reigns, albeit he's not going to win because Roman Reigns is a badass and we love Roman Reigns as a heel too, and we want him to be champion for a long time. Uh, I appreciate the fact that we're getting this match, and I appreciate the fact that I'm going to enjoy the absolute hell out of it.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think it'll be good, and like you were saying, it's just good to see Cesaro in this spot finally, and hopefully he stays in this type of spot because there have been times where they've kind of teased him getting into this atmosphere, but then they always wind up pulling back for whatever reason, or he winds up in a tag team or something. Like,
Yeah,
this is
famous.
yeah, the Bar wound up being a much better team than I ever expected him to be, but
Mick Foley.
yeah, that's right. I forgot Big Foley made that team when he was the GM. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then it was also mind blowing. For years, they had Chris Hero under contract, and they never reunited him and Cesaro, which is like that was like one of the best indie tag teams ever, and they never did anything with that, which I've just never understood. Like there at one time they had all these 3-person teams, like the New Day and the Shield and the Wyatt family and all this stuff, and it's like you had Sheamus, Cesaro, and Chris Hero could have easily been one of the top 3-man teams that they had, I think. And it would have helped all 3 of those guys big time. But that's just me saying that. Now Chris Hero is back on the Indies, and hopefully we see him resurface soon because he's had a low profile for a minute now. So
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, I think we'll see him in AEW eventually. I think he'll be like a surprise whenever fans are back at some point. That's just a guess, but yeah. So, anyways, we'll move on to the main event. We both have Roman Reigns for the Universal title match. And I'll throw this out there real quick before we get into the main event. Once again, WrestleRumble.com. Please check them out. They are a huge supporter of this show. And you can win $1,000 cash. I'll talk about them more right at the end. And also...
That was not me. That was the baby.
And then... I know we have like 10, 11 people watching. If y'all don't mind hitting that like button, that helps us out a lot too. And that costs nothing and it's totally free. It takes like half a second. So if you don't mind doing that, it helps out, kind of spread the show out to other fans. And also John Rubio. Oh, Hero was in NXT UK. He got released during like the pandemic a year ago.
It's Rubino.
What's that?
It's Rubino.
What am I saying? Rubio?
You're saying like Rubio.
Oh, Rubino. Sorry about that.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, like there was a basketball player for the Minnesota Timberwolves years ago named Ricky Rubio, and I don't know why that's like just
Marco Rubio here in Florida.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Politics, but
John, if you have a Twitter handle, put it in the Twitter or in the chat here, because I've seen you've been chatting like the whole time, so like I'll give you a free entry for Wrestle Rumble if you have a Twitter. I'll send that to you because then that way I can like DM you the information. But as far as the main event of the show, we got Bobby Lashley defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman in a triple threat match. Jessi, who do you think wins this one? Do you think Lashley retains the title, which I think was a surprise to many at WrestleMania that he retained over Drew?
right.
And then you have the inclusion of Braun Strowman, the human choo-choo train. So, yeah, what do you think?
I want Bobby Lashley to retain the title, but is it just me, or does it seem like ever since the Hurt Business like broke up, he just doesn't seem like it's not the same.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And now I haven't seen too much of it, to be fair, since then. But like, I didn't understand at all the decision to break them up. I thought that was so dumb.
Dumbest thing ever. I hate it so much. It makes me really mad. I want to see him retain it just so that we can kind of have hopes of the Hurt Business coming alive again to happen. It feels like they would do Drew so dirty if they had him lose at WrestleMania and then win it back in front of no crowd again.
Right.
Like, that just seems so mean. But Braun Strowman's got to be there for a reason.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
No, I see what you're saying. Like, he's probably gonna be the one to take the fall.
Yeah, or he's gonna like mess someone up, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But I really don't want Bobby and Drew to keep going. I don't. it's time for someone else. Who? I don't know. But I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go with Bobby Lashley, just because I feel like that's the safe choice, and I feel like WWE is not really gonna take a chance. They might with Drew again. I don't know, but they're gonna be back on the road soon, so maybe they might go with Drew. But I'm just gonna go Bobby Lashley just because I wanna put that out into the universe. I wanna manifest it.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go with Drew. Or sorry, I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley as well. Yeah, I don't know how this match is gonna go. I mean, I'm assuming it'll probably be pretty decent. I'm just not looking forward to the point in the match where Braun Strowman starts running around the ring with train noises and like, and I'm sure someone will get thrown through the barricade and they'll make it sound like this big deal. Like we don't see that every single time that Braun Strowman has a match and. Well, I mean, I just pretty much kind of, I already in my brain kind of know exactly what to expect, I think, out of these three in this match. But I do like Bobby Lashley as the champion a lot. So, but I do hate the whole Hurt Business breaking up thing, like you were mentioning. So it's, and wasn't, someone in the chat will probably know, and you might as well, wasn't, like, Dijak and Mace or whatever, like, weren't they, like, helping Lashley? Did that ever go anywhere?
That's right.
Yeah, someone in the chat let us know because I think
Cool.
maybe that's like the new, maybe they're the new Hurt Business is like Mace and T-Bar and I don't know.
Well, who had? Oh, Jinder Mahal had some bros with him.
Oh, I saw that he's back. Great. Yeah, that's another reason that it's just like I'm so glad I'm not watching Raw. Like even Marie's back. I'm like, thank God I'm not spending my time on this. But
Yeah.
yeah, Jinder's out there with two guys that I don't know. That I think were
Spear
on
and
for a minute.
Shanky or something like that.
Probably from NXT or the PC, I'm assuming, but I don't know who they are. I've never had much time for Jinder, but it's not even his fault. It's the way he was booked and stuff. I thought was just didn't make any sense when he won the championship. Went from absolute jobber, career jobber, to being the champion out of nowhere. Conveniently, right as the WWE Network rolled out in certain parts of the world, it was very, very.
It was sus.
It was. Well, it was just like that's when I really accepted that the WWE Championship is a prop. That's when I was like, oh, okay, that title belt that like I wanted to hold when I was a kid and wanted to be like Shawn Michaels' boyhood dream, like that actually doesn't mean anything. It's like it's a marketing tool at this point, and that's how I feel about it. Whereas like the AEW Championship, I don't feel like that is a marketing tool to a degree, but like I feel like that's a prestigious world championship. Like you want to win that championship, you want to represent the company, and like it means something to be that champion. In the WWE, like Roman Reigns has done a damn good job with the Universal title for the most part. But like the WWE Championship for me has not recovered since Jinder held it, and that's been years. So,
Has it? What's that?
yeah, it was like 2017, I think. So, I'm just saying that off the top of my head, but like, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just remember that. I'm saying 2017 because I kind of remember. I remember like going to TLC 2017 in St. Louis, and I think Jinder was either the champion there or he was just about to win the championship. So yeah, I'm thinking that was 2017. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I saw he's back. I mean, good for him. Like, I hate that the dude's always injured and stuff, but like, it's also one of those things. Like, let's just keep it real. The dude was awful when he first, like his first run with the WWE, like 3-man band and all that stuff. Like, he was like a total jobber. Got fired from the company, and then the next time we saw him, like a couple years ago when he got rehired, he was jacked. So it was like, oh,
So
yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna point any fingers, but like, there was a clear body transformation. We saw the same thing with Drew McIntyre, to be fair. He is significantly larger than he was the last time we had seen him.
do you know who Derek from More Plates, More Dates is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he does these videos called Natty or Not. I wonder if he ever did a video about Jinder Mahal.
What are they? What does he talk about?
Natural or
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make my assumptions, but I'm not gonna sit here and like, I want to be that guy, but like, I think y'all can kind of tell by the tone, like how I feel. But And here's the thing: I don't even care what people take. I don't even care if MMA fighters take
Yeah.
stuff, as long as people all know. Like, if you want to fight somebody, is like, okay, let's not get tested. Like, I'll take whatever, you take whatever. Like, I have no problem with that. In pro wrestling, I don't care because they're not actually competing against anybody.
Wrestling.
Yeah, it's not real competition. Like, it's all cosmetic. Like, they want to look bigger. So
Yeah.
like, I don't really care personally, but it's also one of those things where, like, let's call it what it is. Like, this guy was a total nobody, and then he got huge, and then he became the champion. Like, and all that changed was his physique. Like, his in ring didn't get any better, his mic skills didn't get any better. It was just his physique. So like, that's kind of all I'll say about that, I guess. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, that's predictions. We got so we both got Lashley, we both got Bianca, we both got Rhea, we both I've got Ray and Dominic, you got the Dirty Dogs. We we
Ow.
both got Roman, we both got Damian Priest. So and Corey, what's up, man? I see you in the chat. Good to see you, Corey. Throwback's still in here, John's still in here, Eric. Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching this.
Yeah.
Jessi, you got anything else kind of before I'll get the sponsors pulled up here in a second.
Just make sure if you really did enjoy what we did, just, consider giving us a like, give this video a thumbs up. That's free. You don't have to, it takes like literally a second, not even a second to do that. It gets more like-minded, amazing people in the chat, and we really enjoy our chat. You guys are great. Super chill. We love chill vibes.
Yes.
And yeah, and if you like what you see and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We're always here. That's the best way to know when we go live, because me having this little cranky little butt over here, this little one, uh, sometimes we have good days. They're pretty much all good days, but you never know. So the best way to know when we go live is to subscribe and hit the little bell so you get a notification when we do go live, or follow us both on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are below our pictures or Steven's video. And my OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/Jessi the Buckeye. That's the only way you can like message me, because I don't answer messages anywhere else. Yeah, so that's it.
Yes. All right. So I know I've been talking about them quite a bit today, but once again, WrestleRumble.com is the place to be. Join the WrestleMania Backlash Pick'em contest. First place is getting $1,000 cash. Second and third are each going to get $100. The entries are 1 entry for 10, 3 entries for 20, or 5 entries for 30. I'm going to get John Rabino a free entry for being so active in the chat today. So congratulations to John. I'll get you pulled up on Twitter after the show. And then, but yeah, Wrestle Rumble. Make sure you're following them on Twitter as well, at Wrestle Rumble, to stay up to date with all their contests, because they also do belt giveaways and raffles and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I can't say enough good things. WrestleRumble.com is absolutely awesome, and it's one of these things where I'm so uninterested right now in the WWE, but the pay-per-views are always fun because I at least have this invested in the show. Like, there's a chance I can win $1,000, or I can win, cash and prizes and stuff. So it makes it to where, like, I don't really care about Backlash that much, but I do care about maybe winning $1,000. So
Yeah.
yes, join the contest, and $10 to support a good cause like this company, on top of the chance of winning back $1,000. I think it's a really damn good deal. Also, shout out to my brother Brian Jensen. He is a boxing coach. He's a personal trainer. He owns a gym in Atlanta, Georgia, Steel Boxing and Athletics. If y'all want to meet up with him in person in the Atlanta, Georgia area, he can do that. He can help you lose weight, get in better shape, learn how to box professionally at an amateur level, just for self-defense, just to lose weight, whatever it is. It doesn't matter how much you weigh, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter if you're a guy, girl, non-binary, whatever the case is, Brian can help you reach your goals. If you have a neurological issue, he specializes in that as well. So if you have MS or Parkinson's or anything along those lines, there's flexibility work, dexterity type work that he specializes in that can help you out a lot. So hit him up on Instagram, BoxingATL, BoxingATL. That's the best way to get in touch with him. Like I mentioned before, he can meet you anywhere in Atlanta, or you can come to his gym. And if not, he can help you remotely anywhere in the world. He does Skype sessions, Zoom calls, that kind of stuff. So once again, BoxingATL on Instagram. Send him a message and get a good workout, or reach your goals with Brian. And then last but never least, we got Music City Toys and Collectibles. I actually have. I'll put together an actual contest within the next couple weeks, but they sent me out this Dan Severn signed MMA glove to give away, which
Cool.
yeah, which is awesome. He is a UFC Hall of Famer and a former two-time National Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion, so a legend in the world of pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And I got that awesome signed glove to give away. So if you're following me and Jessi, there's going to be good ways to like know when these contests go live, because I'll put it up on Twitter at some point when I figure out how we're going to give it away. But I'll use this show. Anyone who's watching this, you have a chance to win. Anyone who watches me and Doug's show, you got a chance to win. If you follow me on Twitter, you got a chance to win. If you follow Jessi on Twitter, you got a chance to win. So yes, so yeah, check that out, and shout out to Music City Toys and Collectibles for being a part of the show. They have a retail location now at 101 West Main Street in Watertown, I don't know if it's Waterton or Watertown, but it's spelled like Watertown, Tennessee. It's like right outside of I think it was like right outside of Murfreesboro. But yeah, really cool little location they got there with a ton of awesome stuff. And make sure to Kyle Peterson posted an AEW face. Kyle Peterson's the best figure collector that I know. That guy's the man. But yeah, Music City Toys. Check them out. Support them. Follow them on social media at Music City Toys. And check out their new website at musiccitytoys.biz. On the partners page, they have a little section for the Fight Talk podcast. So shout out to them, and follow their social medias and get in on their sales and claim auctions and all that good stuff. So that'll do it for all that. If you want to check out some independent pro wrestling, check out iwtv.live. Use code FIGHTTALK, FIGHTTALK, and that'll help support me, Jessi, Mose, Doug, anyone who's a part of the show using that code on iwtv.live or independentwrestling.tv. And yeah, everything else I got going on throughout the week, I'll keep updated right here on Twitter at FightTalk _ FIGHTTALK _ Jessi, you have anything else before we get out of here? I'll pull your Twitter up right here as well.
No, just subscribe to my OnlyFans if you're into that kind of thing. That's just the best way to support me and my family, and obviously supporting the sponsors and letting them know that we sent you.
Yes.
And subscribing to the channel and telling your friends and your family and your friends' family about us. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Enjoy Backlash. Have fun. Enjoy Dynamite tonight. That should be fun.
Yeah, it's a stacked Dynamite. There's a lot of good stuff tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Double or Nothing's like 2 weeks away, isn't it?
Yeah, that's on the 30th. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff going on for AEW. So next time we're on here, probably be in like a week or so, I'm guessing, and there should be a lot of really good stuff to talk about for AEW. So looking forward to that. And yeah, y'all enjoy Backlash. Once again, jump on WrestleRumble.com, win some money for watching Backlash. But yeah, hope it's a good show, and we'll be back soon to let you know what we thought about it. So